Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to another episode of Wise the Dome. Man, today is I have a very special guest, man. You definitely seen him on the show before. One of the dopest MCs that is doing it right now. His name is buzzing. He has one of the dopest albums of 2023. My brother Knowitall, man. Appreciate you for coming through, bro.
Thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, man. So let's start before we get into the album some. Man, how does it feel, man? Because your name is getting out there. Your name is being talked about with some of the dopest MCs in the game right now. And like I said off camera, it's definitely well deserving, man. And I've seen you grind and continue to, put out music and continue to knock out features. And anytime, you're always going crazy, man. So like, just how does it feel to start to get that recognition?
You know what, bro? I really do appreciate it, and it's super appreciated. But as like somebody that's like, how do I explain it? Like when you really chasing something and constantly on something, until you feel like you reach your ultimate goal, it's all just part of the process.
Mm,
And I try not to get caught up. I try not to get too caught up in the praise and stuff like that, and just keep tunnel vision on what I'm really focused on. I'm super like appreciative of everybody that actually takes time to listen to my music and show me love and say something and reach out. It means the world to me. Like I never would have even imagined that I would get to this point.
oh yeah, no doubt, man. It's only the beginning. I definitely see the trajectory and I mean I feel like you get better with each album. Like that's hard for you can't really say
Thank
that.
you.
A lot of artists can't really say that. They make albums that sound the same, constantly over and over.
Hmm.
But yeah, extremely creative, man. We're about to get into some of that.
Thank you.
The album Hand Painted Realities with Bardo 100, featuring Rebel Sky, Patty Honcho, Vega 7, The Ronin, Trash Thompson, and Black Shadori.
Hmm.
Wonderful album. Clearly one of the best albums of the year.
Thank you.
How did you link up with Bardo 100 and what was your process in creating the album?
I met Bardo through the cipher spaces when we
Mm.
used to do the beat. We used to do the, we used to have the producers play beats, and he was just playing some crazy shit. He was just playing some crazy shit. I'm like, we like, yo, what is this? Like, we never heard of him. We like, yo, he playing some crazy shit. And then days go on, and I'm caught up on whatever I'm doing at the time, and he hits me up like, yo, we should work together. Blah blah blah. So I'm like, yo, how much do you charge for beats? Because I like your beats. He like, nah, like you don't gotta pay me. Let's do a project or something. Like, oh word. So he just started sending me beats, and he was just sending me shit that I love. Like he's one of the best
Mm.
out.
Right, right. Yeah. And like for your style, it seems like it's kind of like the perfect match. You know what I'm saying? Like the type
For
of beats.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely seems like the perfect match. As far as the features, Rebel Sky, Patty Honcho, um, Trash Thompson, Black Shadori, Vega 7. What a lot of is especially Patty and Black Shadori. You work with a lot. I always love the music that y'all make together. But
Hmm.
what was your process in picking the features?
Well, I like to always have my brothers on there, Patty and Black. Those
Hmm.
my guys. I feel like I just gotta have them on everything I do. Like
Right.
first of all, I just like to display their talent, and also we just got such great chemistry, and they just such young great talent. So it's
Facts.
just whenever I reach out to them for a verse, I get it right back, and it's always fire. As far as Rebel Sky, he was one of the older guys from my neighborhood that watched
Mm.
me grow up and stuff like that.
Dope.
So I just felt like I had to have some energy from my neighborhood on there,
Hmm.
and he came through and did his thing. Like it's a lot of it's a lot of talented guys in every hood, in every black community. It's a lot of talented guys that may not even take their talent serious and stuff like that. So whenever I see somebody that I feel like has outstanding talent, and especially they from my neighborhood and they the same skin color as me, I'm gonna give them an opportunity to get some light on what little platform I do have. As far as Vega, he's from Queens as well. He's somebody that I discovered through a producer named Shamir. I'm sure you're familiar with
Yeah.
Shamir.
Hmm.
He was telling us about Vega. Yo, Vega's dope. And so I went to check his stuff out. I was like, yo, he's incredible. And he from Queens and stuff, and through like IG lives and stuff like that, we developed like a real close friendship.
Dope.
And he actually came with me to the studio one day. Like he pulled up to me at the studio, him and Lord Owen, another a good friend of mine that I met them both together. And we just got such good chemistry. We got a close friendship, and I haven't even known him for more than a year. I met him this year, and we tight. So he big, like he doing his thing, like he's pretty well known, like
Right.
in his own right. And I asked him to get on it, and he said no problem. He got right on it, and it's one of my favorite songs on there. So
Yeah.
shout out to Vega, Trash Thompson, another one of my very close friends, like within the circle of me, Black, and Pat and Happy and everybody. Trash is another one of those people that's in that circle. And every one of my albums, I like to display talent that I feel like don't get the love that they deserve. On every one of my albums, you're gonna hear somebody you've never heard of. That's
Mhm.
something that I like to bring to the table. Give some people that you've never heard of some type of shine or opportunity. Not saying that I'm some super famous guy, but I got a little platform that people
Right.
pay attention to. So I'm gonna shed that light on people that I think is talented.
Yeah, I saw.
So
I
yeah,
remember.
that's why you hear that.
I remember you said that, and I think that's dope too because it also keeps it adds a certain amount of freshness to the project. You know what I mean? Um, people might see the track list before it come out, like, yo, who that? And then like these features don't
Mm-hmm.
miss though. Like everybody did their thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody added on to the
Right.
project, and it was perfect. You know what I mean? Lord knows, that's one of my that's one of my favorite songs on the album, man. Favorite songs of the year. Um,
Thank you.
it's like I could see you spitting in the subway on that joint, like or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's super grimy New York shit, man. Like what was the idea in
Yep.
in making that?
Well, I go based off the beat. Like I hear the beat and it puts me in a certain mind frame. Like most of these mind frames, he just put me in New York. Like he
Mm,
would just put me in the city on all of these joints.
mm-hmm.
So that one like took me back to my area. That took me out to my neighborhood. So I was like telling stories and like I'm not like I wouldn't necessarily call myself a storyteller, but I told stories within my bars and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just like he just took me home. He just took me home with that one. So I just talked about a lot of stuff that I remember growing up and experiences I've had around my neighborhood and things like that.
Yeah, I think that also I feel like one aspect of music and MCing especially is kind of underrated that people don't really talk about is relatability, right? I feel like relatability a lot of times when the fans or the person or the listener can relate to a story that you said or relate to an experience, um, that is similar to what you're speaking on. I feel like that goes a long way with connecting to the listener. I feel like you do that extremely well. Like you said, how you do weave those stories or things that we've all done or thought about, like even on Peekaboo, like when you be like you on Facebook making sucker statuses and we, you know what I'm saying, like and that it's like
Right, right.
it's funny, but it's relatable because like we all know people like that, you know what I'm saying? And but as
Right,
far as
right, right.
as far as that relatability and the aspect of MCing, do you think that is an underrated an underrated checkbox that a lot of times MCs may not think about, you know what I'm saying, whenever they're recording?
Um I think relatability definitely is very important and a lot of people miss that, especially depending on like rappers who talk this type of like rich stuff and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Most of the
Mhm.
listeners you listening to ain't rich. Most of the listeners you listening to be honest are probably struggling or trying to make something of themselves. So I like to talk about my experience of trying to make something of myself or when I ain't have shit or when I or me trying to come up. You understand? So
Mhm.
yeah, relatability, and it's not even something that I look into doing. It's just, I guess, it just comes out like I'm very honest with my shit. So I guess that's
Yeah.
just what makes it relatable because I'm just being honest.
Right,
So,
and
so I didn't mean to cut you up, bro.
no,
I'm
you
sorry,
good.
but I think authenticity is what's missing, because relatability comes from just being authentic and just
Mm,
speaking your mind.
hmm
A lot of artists aren't being authentic. They're trying to come from a aspect that they've never lived or experienced. If you just come directly from what you experience, there's millions of people that have similar experiences to you. So if you're just
hmm
being authentic and coming from your honest self, you're gonna be relatable regardless to
Oh,
somebody.
yeah, most definitely. I agree 100%. I don't know if you remember, probably like a month ago. Uh, I'm not sure what platform it was or who the reporter was, but they had asked. They were talking about how I guess up until Travis Scott's album that there wasn't a number one hip hop album this year, and they asked Bow Wow,
Right.
and he was like, he was like, man, people don't want to hear, about your tools and how many women you got and all how much money you got. That you probably not even living like that. Like, do you think that's
Right.
what's happening? Do you think that like the fans of hip hop are kind of getting tired of the same old, monotonous, I guess maybe and I wouldn't even say subject matter, because we've all like, even if you ain't a street dude, you got street experiences, right? Like and
Right.
and you got family and friends who, so it's not that you can't talk about it, right? But I guess maybe
Right.
talking about it from the standpoint of a kingpin, for 17
Right.
songs, nobody's really relating to that. Do you think like Bow Wow was correct whenever he was like, that's the reason why, we haven't had a number one hip hop album in 2023?
Right. Because yeah, I think he's absolutely right. Because well, especially in mainstream music, there's no authentic music. They're just trying to sell us something,
Mm,
and they're just selling us product of what they think we want to hear. They're just throwing a bunch of subject matter: guns, drugs,
mm-hmm,
sex, money, murder. That's what they're selling us. They're selling
mm-hmm,
us sex, money, and murder. And well, people that have been around hip hop for a long time, like yourself, like myself, we are tired of that. Like we don't want to hear that shit no more. We want to hear some originality. But as far as young kids who are impressionable and who are new to hip hop, this is new to them. So they
right.
probably eating it up, and that's who they selling. That's who they. And the sad part is that's who they selling majority of this sex, money, and murder to is kids,
Facts,
impressionable
facts,
kids.
facts.
So yeah, it's all bad.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like that's their target market. You know what I'm saying? Is kids, because they know they're extremely impressionable, and they know that people who've been around, and you don't even have to be extremely old, you could be in your 20s, you know what I'm saying? But people who've been around real life know that most of the, like, you can hear something and tell, like, ah, man, you ain't really did that like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because it
right,
doesn't
right,
it doesn't sound, you know what I mean? Like it just, you could just tell, because I feel like a lot of times what's missing is, from a lot of street raps is, people don't talk about the losses. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every
right,
street dude and took some losses, man. You know what I'm saying? And
man.
you got these cats that's rapping like invincible superheroes now, man. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just not believable.
Right, they playing this character, and in reality, in the streets, if you're playing in the streets, you're gonna take more losses and have more pain than you're gonna have wins.
Facts. Facts.
Especially nowadays.
But that's the thing, though. If they rap about that,
So yeah,
if they rapped about that, it would make their music so much better. You know what I'm saying? Because there will be people that connect with that. But I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts
man.
thoughts on that. Like, I wanted to go through some of my favorite songs on the album. Way back,
Okay.
it's kind of got a different feel than a lot of other songs on the album. That's, what, I think I go back and forth between um Road to Perdition, the Pale Hands joint with Vega 7, and Way Back. Right now, I think Way Back
Mm-hmm.
might be my favorite right now. Like, what was you like when you
Okay.
heard
Appreciate it.
that beat? Like what you know what I'm saying? Like, what was going through your mind? Like, was that something that you instantly knew was going to be something, that like, yo, okay, I need that. I'm about to go crazy on this.
man, it's the same process with all these other beats. When I hear them and when I
Hmm.
know it's one of the ones that I really want to do something with, I just get like a jolt of creativity, and that's
Mm.
all right there. Like I it don't like I hate saying this because it comes out wrong, but I don't like it don't like all of these songs. I probably read them in like 30 35 minutes, if that.
Wow.
Like I'm spontaneous with my
Hmm.
creativity. Like I
Hmm.
it don't I don't write it and come back to it. If the beat is good and it takes me somewhere, I'm gonna knock it out right there.
Mm.
I'm already know who I want while I'm writing. I'm already know who I want on it,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
things like that. So yeah,
No, that's dope. I'm glad you.
these joints, right?
No, I know I didn't mean to cut you, but I'm glad you said that
Good.
because, like,
No, you good.
I for an MC to be able to write these type of songs in 35 minutes, 45 minutes, that shows,
Hmm.
like you said, like it's like a passion for the music that you're doing, right? Like see
Hmm.
some people could look at it like some people that might not be as skilled may write something in 35 minutes because they writing bullshit, right? But when it comes to
Right.
you, like you could like it seems like the beat just puts you in a zone and you black out and then you go ahead and then you got a song there. Like you said, you who you're gonna get featured on it. But it sounds like the beat takes you to a place where you just kind of black out and your pen just kind of does its own thing.
For sure, bro. Once I hear a beat and I like it, it's over. Like I'm ready to go. Like for sure.
What One thing that I've talked, I've said a lot and talked to you about and said on the timeline is one thing that I appreciate about your music is the originality of your style. Um, you don't sound like anybody. And if
Appreciate that.
somebody wanted to sound like you, we could tell that they was biting. Um, and I feel
Man,
like
I don't think you can sound like me though.
I don't think you can. I
It'll be
don't think
hard to try
nobody.
to sound like me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I'm pretty sure you got a wild thought process too when it comes to this music, man. Just because some of the
Right.
bars that you be saying, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Hmm.
But regardless though, like the style's original. And I like I feel like that's
Thank you.
extremely important, especially we're in 50 years of hip hop, bro. Like think about how many MCs from 79 to 2023 then picked up a microphone and laid some shit down. And the fact that even in
Right.
2023, I can't really compare you to nobody. I feel like that's a like, yo, I feel like that's a great thing. I feel like that's a testament to your originality, man. So like where does the style come from, man? Like
Thank you, bro.
what's no doubt, man. What's the origin story of the style, man?
I'm left-handed. That's just I've always been super unorthodox in everything I do. Like I've never been like other people. I've never been a follower. Like I've always been different my whole life. And like when you're different when you're real young, it's like a bad thing. Like you get
Mm-hmm.
bullied and things like that. But as I got older and I got confidence in being different, I just touch everything.
Right.
So I say the style just probably comes from my parents and and,
Mm.
and just my experiences and just my experiences that I went through. Like things happen to me that don't happen to other people. Like my style just comes from my life experience and just always being unorthodox in everything I've ever done in my life. Like not just in rap. And anything I do it differently than everybody else. Everything.
Yeah, man. Keep
So
that
yeah,
in it.
that's just who I am.
Yeah. Yeah, that energy I feel like is I mean, there's several reasons why people gravitate towards your music, but I feel like that's definitely one of them, man, because it's like it's 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 familiar in the sense where especially this album, like he took you to the city, as you said. You know what I'm saying? It's familiar in that sense, but it's unfamiliar, it's new, it's unique, and your approach to it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what helps make it an amazing album. The word is bond.com said about hand painted realities. It's a 15 track body of work that blends conscious, boom bap, psychedelic, abstract elements in a unique manner. It also drives home how lyrically potent you are on this album.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's the word is bond.com. And like,
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
for that for that abstract element, I we kind of just got into it, but I do agree with that assessment. Like you'll drop a jewel, which is the conscious side. The boom bap side is there. The
Mm-hmm.
psychedelic side is there. The abstract elements are
Mm-hmm.
there, but also humor is there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how do you package all of this like in just one package, man? Because like that's a lot, but it works. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying though. Like this is just me. This is who I am. Like I'm so many different people. Like I'm so many different
Mm,
things. I have so many different hobbies. Like I could once like my everybody that's around me, all my friends, all the people
mm.
I've worked. No, I'm super passionate about everything, but I'm also like super immature and I could make a joke out of anything.
Right, right,
Like so like I got so many different sides to me. I could be super serious and talking some real serious shit, or I could be laughing and making fun of something ridiculous. Like yeah, I've always had a bunch of different sides to me. I've always been the biggest class clown. Like I used to get in trouble for that shit all the time. And the crazy part is when I write, I don't think about being funny. Like people always tell me, "Oh, you're so funny in raps." Like I never understood it because I swear to God, I'm not trying to be funny in my raps. Like that's why it's so
Right.
crazy to me.
Right. Nah, some of that stuff you be saying like it's because it's funny because it's like I said, it's relatable, but I mean, nah, and
Right.
sometimes it sounds like you're cracking a joke, you know what I'm saying? But it's dope, man. It's dope. Like one thing I didn't ask you in the first interview, what inspired the name Knowitall? Where did that come
All right. When I was like I was always class clown, but I was always like the first person finishing my work. I
from?
always knew a bunch of shit. I always like my father was really smart. He got me into books and stuff like that when I was young. So I've always just known a bunch of shit. And whenever I would talk, whenever I would like debate with people or like have little petty arguments, people always say, "Oh, you think you know everything? You think you know everything? You know that guy? You know the guy that everybody said? You think I was all?" So I took the name and stride and did a rap. And I've never had any other rap name. This is the only one I ever had,
Mm.
and I like it. So I'm sticking with Nowhere. I'm gonna be Nowhere.
Wow. Wow, a lot of people can't say that. Their name was something crazy back
Right,
in high school or something, you know what I mean? So you've been know it all the whole time you've been rapping.
right.
Dope, dope, dope.
Yep.
Yeah, it's yeah, it fits. It fits. It's you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
When it
you.
when it comes to the underground rap scene, um, I don't even just like to call it the underground rap scene. I like the indie scene, and the invisible renaissance, as Sunez calls it.
Right.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's there's a lot of great spitters that are doing their thing.
It's a great time.
It's a great time. Whenever you hear people say, yo, hip hop is dead, and then they point to some mainstream shit, like what goes through your mind?
That shit frustrates me so much, but I hear it so much that I'm just like, whatever, man. You just not in the know. But that shit is so frustrating. Like you so lazy.
Mm,
You waiting for the radio to tell you what's hot, and you know the radio been on bullshit for the last 15 years. Like
right,
it's like that
right,
shit is so frustrating. You try to put them on and shit, and then they'll hear me and be like, "Oh, you dope. Like you think it's just me? How could you
right,
think it's only me?
right,
It's I could name you 50 people
right.
off the top of my head that's doing their thing. Like it's so frustrating, but it's like yeah, just keep doing our thing until people will wake up one day.
Oh
The
yeah,
people that want to hear it, they'll hear it. The people that want to hear it will hear it.
and I think they are waking up. Maybe slowly but surely, but I definitely think they are waking up. I remember it might have been a couple weeks ago. Kill had a spaces where he was just building with a lot of the artists within this invisible renaissance, and he was kind of
Mm-hmm.
asking one of the questions like, what has been, I guess, the hardest part of the struggle and putting out music? And there was a lot of different answers, right? And like for you, like what would you say has been one of the biggest obstacles or struggles or something that's, just that you just gotta overcome whenever you're making music.
All right. Well, I probably have two answers, but the reason I'm smiling is because I haven't felt no struggle in music. I have been having so much fun doing all of this.
Mm,
Like, yeah,
dope.
I've had to promote my shit and get it to a bunch of people and get ignored and shit like this. But that's all part of the process to me. Like, I have an ultimate goal in this. So every aspect of this has been fun. I got
Right.
scammed. I'm not mad about it. I got scammed a few years ago. Like I'm not mad about it. I'm happy to be where I'm at. Like that was a lesson. I paid $500 for a great lesson.
Hmm.
So I'm not like I'm having fun doing this shit. Even though I'm not at the point that I want to be, I'm having so much fun. All of the good friends that I've made, all
Right.
of the great people and platforms that I've discovered, like yourself, and just I met like a bunch of really solid, good people through hip hop. So like I'm having a great time.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't really have to, I can't really say I have a struggle. Like I mean, lack lack of finances was a big thing for me, especially while I was on dialysis. Like, 'cause,
Hmm.
you got to have some sort of capital to
Hmm.
really get stuff going. And I've been
Yeah.
working lately, so I've been improving on that. But I guess that was a struggle. I'm sure 90% of underground artists will tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this shit has all been. I've been having a great time.
Man, I'm glad you said that, man, because like, you know, even doing the show and when I put out the album, it's not like number. I ain't really even tripping on numbers, man. This is all of has been a great experience. I get
Right,
like I feel like we've created like a musical family over the past 2 years.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's artists, producers, podcasters, like you know what I'm saying. We all show love to each other and help and push and support, man, and build relationships with people. That's been man, that's been a great, it's I'm happy that I was able to, find my little lane and do what I can to support everybody, and everybody has supported me, and I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate you for hopping on No Devils in Hell.
Of course.
Man, like I see the devil in the flesh. See, like when you first sent it to me, I was like, ah, man, like yo, you went crazy, man. But just to have a project with my name on it that features you has been an honor, man. So I just want to definitely thank you for that, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on with all those other amazing artists. Like it's an amazing album. It's a very good album. Like I'm not just saying it. Like you put together a hell of an album. Also, I want to say congratulations on all of the love the album's getting. Like for real. Like that's great, man. Another win for the culture and things like that. So like I'm not surprised because it's honestly it is one of the best albums of the year. So it's not surprising that it's getting love, but it's just I gotta congratulate you on it because you actually put together a really great album
Man, I
for
definitely
real.
appreciate that, and
And if you ever do another one,
yeah,
if you
I
ever do
need
another
you.
one or anything like that,
Yeah,
just
I
hit
need
me
you.
up. Of
All
course,
right,
no problem,
and
no problem.
that's the thing, man. I definitely appreciate the praise, but it wouldn't have worked without such great and talented MCs such as yourself and producer Furious Styles. So I
Thank you.
definitely appreciate you.
Right.
Uh, growing up in New York,
Hmm.
what right now? What would you say the musical climate is in the city right now?
I mean, well, the youngins, the younger guys, the people, the youth is what brings the energy to the city. I would say that they on the drill music wave, but to be honest, I think that shit is dying out.
Hmm.
Like I think drill music is dying out in East Coast. I can't really speak for anywhere else, but it's like it's dying out because ain't nobody from the city really putting out like no good music, like a real good music. You got people that's putting out like little pop hits and things like that, but no real good
Hmm.
music. Ain't no really real good music like on a higher level. Like
Yeah.
ain't nobody really putting out no good music like that. But I think there's gonna be a transition. And honestly, I think things are gonna change. I think that you might see more of the artists of like him that's in this lane get more love in the city because yeah, like history always repeats itself, man.
Facts.
I think this type of music is going to start to get more love, like for sure, like on all aspects because it's like we the only ones that make good music within hip hop at this point right now. So I think they're gonna have to spin back around and start showing us some more respect for real. I think
Oh
that's what's
yeah,
about to happen. Like
most
because it
definitely.
ain't nothing else. What else? What else? It ain't nothing else.
And like you said, and you and Vega Seven, the Ronin, like I feel like y'all are two of the MCs that are leading the way for that transition, right? Because a lot of times, the youth they might they may be doing
Shout out
drill.
Jack King.
Oh
Jack
yeah,
King as
and shout
well.
out,
Jack King is
yeah,
from New
and
York
Ja
City as well.
King, yeah, and Ja King, man, I talked to him the other day. He's a beast. Like he's definitely one of the ones that is pushing that forward. Definitely shout out to him. But I feel like y'all are definitely leading and helping that transition because a lot of times, the youth, like you kind of brought up earlier, like they only know what they know. You know what I'm saying? So if they growing up with
Mm-hmm.
drill music, like their ears might not be exposed to what you and Ja King and Vega Seven and
Right.
even in Jersey Patty Honcho and they might not be
Mm-hmm.
um but then when they hear it, like it's undeniable, right? And then when they start seeing more people rock with it, man, you know how it goes. That's how waves get started. I see it happening. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
And you're definitely one of those guys, and you definitely have, in
Thank
my
you.
opinion, one of the albums of the year.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, man. But it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask you this because I'll tell you guys a story like before I got on Twitter, probably in 2020, um, I kind of got disillusioned with hip hop, right? Like I was one of them dudes where I was being lazy. I ain't gonna front, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I didn't necessarily know where to look either, though. I had probably just got like I was late to get on Spotify and Apple Music and all of that, right? I was just listening
Mm-hmm.
to oh shit, but and then I got on there and I met you, Backwoods Sweetie, and who else? I end up meeting everybody, right? But y'all two are like the first one of the
Right.
like some of the first two I met, and I heard y'all music, and I was like, oh, what? And then I started,
Yeah.
getting myself in that community, and I was like, yo, it's a lot of like MCs that's going crazy, right? And
They out there, man. They out there for sure.
but I wouldn't have found them if I wouldn't have got on. I wouldn't have found y'all if I wouldn't have got online, right? If
Right.
especially at that time, when it comes to 2023, what role would you say your social media presence plays in getting your music out there and helping to be a vehicle to push your music?
Man, it's a lot of artists, super, super, super dope artists that you'll probably never hear because they don't like social media.
Mm,
That's what I'm gonna say. That's how
mm,
important it is.
right.
Like, it's not even about. It's sad that it's not even always about who's the best. It's about who's the most active, who's the most visible.
Mm-hmm.
That's who gets the most love. So, man, you got to be on here. Like and I look at social media as like another job. Like
Yeah.
it's something I have to do. I have to go in there and promote every day.
Mm.
I have to do this every day. I have to like it's a job. And it's the type of thing that even if you miss a month, people gonna forget about you. Like
A
if
month,
you don't come
bro.
around for a month,
Mm-hmm. A
two
month.
a couple 2 weeks, 2 weeks, come back and try to promote your album. People are like, who the fuck is this?
Right, 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 right. The whole algorithm changed. You know what I'm saying? But
Right,
you
exactly.
you right. It is like that. And I think one thing I do appreciate about the community that we have started to create is the support and the reposts and the retweets,
Hmm.
and that helps and that goes a lot. And for somebody who myself who had recently put out an album, this is my first time really experiencing that on the music side. I know you've experienced
Right.
it since you've been dropping, but I know, and I can speak for you with this. Like, man, we extremely appreciate everybody who has ever mentioned the music,
Man,
retweeted the music, reposted the music, all of that, man. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? I
for
definitely
sure.
appreciate y'all, man.
For sure. But I've started friendships with people who helped me out in the beginning when I first came on there, and nobody knew me. Like I'm still friends with these people today, just off of the fact that they gave me a shot.
Mm,
So yeah, like that shit means everything. Without the people listening, we don't mean anything. Like it's not. The music goes unheard. If a tree falls in a forest and nobody's around to hear it,
mm.
did it really make a noise?
Right,
Basically.
right. One thing that we definitely got to get into, I when I interviewed Patty, we talked about it, and I was talking to him about the Scaring the Hose concert series, right? Like, and
Right.
um, I feel like that has the potential to like when it really catches on, like it's going to be extremely dope because like although I haven't been able to come to one yet because it's in New York.
Right. Right.
I've seen the videos and the clips, and that's the type of vibe that most hip hop heads be trying to look for anyway. You know what I'm saying? So first off, congrats and salute for the success with that. You
Thank you.
guys have had, Patty, Black Shadori, the Cleaver has been there. Obviously, you spitting
Right.
on there. Name some of the artists, some of the other artists that have performed, and also, if you can, tell me the origin of how that all started.
I got you. I got you. I got to give a shout out to Unruly. I got to give a shout out to him and his younger brother, Unknown Ink. My man, Earn De Niro. We had Debonair perform on there.
Oh,
We had Nala. We had a couple females on there. Nala. We had Breeder Ghost. We had Morning Run on there.
oh,
Basically, a lot of people from that I've made internet friendships with. I met them in real life through Scaring the Hose.
mm,
Um, so many great artists. Shout out my man Drums, who's a crowd favorite. It's a lot of we had a lot of artists. We do 10 artists a show. Now the
oh,
origins of Scaring the Hose. The origins of Scaring the Hose. Me and Patty did a show here in Queens where I live at,
mm,
uh, like a while back. This is like in the winter, and they made us go last, like because of our type of music. Like we got like they make us go last because for whatever reason. And I'm watching the show. It's a cool show and everything. By the time it gets to us, everybody fucking leaves, and
mm,
I just feel disrespected
mm,
because first of all, not even on no cocky or shit like that. I have more notoriety in what I do than what majority of the people on stage have and what they do.
right,
So like to make me go last and me and Patty go last, we the best rappers here. How we got to
right,
go last?
right,
So I just felt so disrespected by that. We felt so disrespected by that we was like, man, we need to make our own shit and make it exclusive to our type of rappers and make like you can't get in unless you make this type of music. If you making trap and you can't get in. You no matter who you are,
mm,
you're not getting in. It's exclusive to us. The origins of it is us being disrespected by basically the other subgenres in hip hop. Like so,
right,
we made our own thing instead of complaining. I don't complain about shit like that. I do my own thing. So
right.
we made our own shit, and we having a time of our lives, and it was one of the best decisions me and Happy made. Shout out to Happy.
Yeah, shout out
Like
to
it's one of the
Happy.
best decisions I made in my life.
Yeah,
Word.
I feel like that really has like seriously, man. Shout out to Happy, shout out to you, shout out to Patty. I really feel like it has the potential to really blow up, be a thing. Like because like
For sure.
it's like we I realized that a lot of times people look for like a niche thing that they
Hmm.
into. They not really like they not like they want to go do what they do and be around what they like. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
the more people that find out about it, I guarantee, you know what I'm saying, it's going to keep growing and growing, and it's a great idea, man. So salute to y'all for that. We ain't got to name
Thank
no
you.
names, man, but was they biting your name or what, man? Like, didn't somebody? You already know, bro.
Man, I was so mad about that shit, bro. I was so mad about that shit because first of all, people was telling me, oh, they might not have stole it, they might not have, but it's like we dropped the first flyer and all that. We announced it 2 weeks later. You come out with an album with the same name. That's a
Mm,
hell of a coincidence.
right, right.
And you know, I get a pretty good reach on Twitter. So a lot of these rappers that have bigger platforms, they know me and they see my shit, even though they like to act like they don't.
Hmm.
But man, I hope it's a coincidence because I would hate to think that people that the artist that's established is coming down here stealing, which seems to be a common practice. But man, I hope it's a coincidence. I hope I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
the time frames, and we got time stamped. And then the crazy part is after we did it, they gonna go and try to copyright this shit. They're gonna go try to
Oh,
copyright the
really?
phrase. Yeah, copyright it, posted it on Twitter, and then deleted it. Why you delete it? So man,
Yeah.
it's real fishy. It's real fishy, man. But
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah, that's kind of grimy right there, man.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
It'd be your own people, bro. It'd be your
Yep.
own people. That shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. Like be original. You know what I'm saying? Like that's and y'all the flyers for the shows be having me rolling, man. Who's making them flyers, man?
That's Zarhill.
Oh yeah, that's Zarhill making them. Yeah, he did my album
Yep.
cover too. Shout out Zarhill,
Oh,
man.
he's one of the best. He's one of the best graphic designers in the game right now.
In fact, yeah, yeah. Those those flyers are crazy, man. For the people that are in New York City that want, that are will be watching this episode and want to maybe attend one of the events. Like if you can, just let them know a little bit about it. When's the next one? Where they at and how do they get tickets?
Well, we're looking at either late September or early October for the next one. Uh, when we drop the tickets, it's usually like an Eventbrite link. As soon as we
Mhm.
got the date, we have the link ready. But it's usually at 1087 Southern Boulevard in the Bronx. We can even get an address out now. It's at Have a Nice Day Exotics. It's a weed dispensary. We in there.
Oh,
Shout out to Have a Nice Day. Shout out to Have a Nice Day Exotics. They show us love. They make it look nice for when we come in there. It's a great venue. And it's just a great time. 1087 Southern Boulevard in the Bronx. You ain't got to be scared of the Bronx. It ain't nothing going on out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's good vibes. You ain't got to worry about nobody disrespecting you or nothing like that. It's the show. It's all good people, all good vibes in there. So yeah, come mess with us. Come see what we got going on. You won't be disappointed.
How important was it for you and Happy when doing these shows to create an atmosphere like that? That's a good vibe that people feel comfortable where they can just go and enjoy some hip hop music.
Man, that's the most important thing because hip hop has this stigma like that. It comes with violence.
Mm,
And it comes with violence and it comes with disrespect and it comes with people just mean mugging and stuff like that. It's the total opposite. So that was like the most important thing. It was for us to make sure that it's safe
mhm.
and it's friendly and it's welcoming. That was basically the most important thing.
Indeed, indeed. Also to Bandcamp, right? Like I got hand painted realities on Bandcamp. Why is
Thank
it?
you.
Of course, no, that's the least I could do, right? But it's a great album. It wasn't like it's not even. I mean, it's dope. It deserves to be purchased. But like when it comes to Bandcamp and buying also physicals, if you can explain to people why it's important for fans, for artists that they do appreciate, artists that they do love, I guess support in that manner, to buy the physicals and to support on Bandcamp, because a lot of times people think, I guess they think they don't really see the grind and what it takes to
Hmm.
make that music, but like why is it important to support the artist?
Well, first of all, this ain't on the listener. This ain't got nothing. This ain't their responsibility to worry about. But thousands of dollars go into some of these albums and things like that. So and the money that you get off streaming is laughable.
Yeah, yeah.
But man, we upcoming artists. We trying to build something. You really like what we got going on, man. Support us. Like yeah, like come out your pocket for things you believe in.
Mm,
If you believe in something, come out your pocket. We ain't asking you for $1,000, $15, $10, $20, something like
right.
that. So, man, come. That's it, man. If you believe in something, invest into it. That's it. That's my statement. If you really believe in something, invest into it.
Indeed, indeed. I that's well said. Like also too, when it comes to artists, right? Like um, I dropped my album in May, right? And I'm still promoting now. You know what I'm saying? What do you
Right,
think
right.
about sometimes where you see like artists put out a great project,
I already know what
and
you're gonna say.
yeah, and then promote it for 3 weeks, and then you don't see him promote it no more? Like, what's your thoughts on that, man?
Man, you just threw everything you put into that project out. You throwing it away, man. We are not at the level of no, we ain't Travis Scott. The album ain't gonna promote itself, man. You got to get out here and do this footwork,
Mm-hmm.
man. The album came, Hand Paint Realities came out in June, man. We got flyers. We just got flyers. I'm putting them up in the city now. Let me see if
Right.
I can show you one. Like it's months later. We putting up flyers. We got vinyls going up, man. That's most important because a minuscule number of people have heard it as far as the amount of people that would like to hear it. Like let's
Mm-hmm.
say 1,500 people have heard the album just as a number. There's another 20, 30, 40,000 people that would enjoy it.
Right.
And
Right.
they ain't heard it yet. So we gotta keep pushing it. This
Facts.
is the fly. I'm putting these up all over the city.
Dope. Dope. Man, you
So
gave me an idea.
yeah,
I'm probably gonna get some made to do the same, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not, right?
stickers. Man, if you need some type of info on that, you got to get the stickers and all that type of stuff. I'll be glad to help you, bro, for
All
sure.
right. Yeah, appreciate it,
But
man.
promotion is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Promoting your product is the most important thing, man. It don't matter how good it is. I'm sure there's an album of the year that came out this year, underground artist that's
Yeah, we
spitting
ain't
that
never
shit.
even heard, right?
That could right. It would be considered album of the year, but he pushed it for 2 days and went on to something else.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. Like I feel like, man, like you push that joint until the next one come out.
Right.
You
Get
know
on
what I'm
people's
saying?
nerves, man. They get on their nerves with it.
Yeah. Right. You know,
Get on their nerves with it.
um, definitely know it all. Like I said, man, you are one of the best that is doing it right now. You
Thank you.
have a unique style. It's original. It fits you. It's authentic, man. And I feel like the more people that hear it, the more people that are gravitating towards it. Also, with the Scaring the Hoes concert, well, the shows out in the Bronx, that's also a great look. And I feel like that's going to continue to, the buzz around that is going to continue to grow, man. So I definitely salute you for what you're doing. I'm going to drop the links
Thank
for the
you.
merch and the links for the music in the description. If what you want to leave the fans with, man? Like how can they follow you online and what's in store for Know It All?
All right, all right. Well, my social media, my Twitter is where I'm most prominent on at Knowitall NYC 11. You can also catch me on Instagram, Knowitall NYC. What I got coming next, I got an EP called 777, produced by my man Zilly 900 out of the Bronx, who's a very, very dope producer, super
Mm,
dope producer. We'll be dropping that. It's featuring Patty in Black, of course, and my man Earn De Niro, who's from the Bronx, who I met through Happy, another good man, a great artist who more people need to hear. So 777 will be out in the next month or so.
wow.
So just be on the lookout for that.
Dope, man. Salute, man, for to Bardo 100 for the production on Hand Painted Realities. Salute to you for crafting such an amazing album. We're definitely
Thank
looking
you.
forward to the new joint. But we're gonna still be jamming this one, even when the new one's out. We're gonna be jamming both of
Thank
them. You
you.
know what I'm saying? So, man, salute, know it all. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Peace.